Those gym fighters, but we'll see.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, Asael Adjoudj is a good fighter, and you're taking a look at both of these are young, aggressive fighters coming in at a catch weight of 150 pounds. That was agreed upon. So this is not in our normal weight classes, but this should be fireworks.
So we had real fireworks last time. We may well see them here again. Adjoudj with that win over Liam McCracken. It was the battle in Dublin of the two talked about gym fighters, one from the Irish scene, one from the scene in the northwest of England. Adjoudj, he did it, but he made some poor decisions along the way. Let's see if he gets back to what he's good at.
You know, he may not have made all the right decisions, but he's a young fighter, and you got to expect that young fighters who are super explosive are going to make those mistakes at times. Nice aggression by Georges Sasu here.
Yeah, really good start from him. And he really fancies this, Georges Sasu, and he was getting on Adjoudj a bit at the weigh-ins. You could tell there was something there. Yeah, try and overwhelm him.
They did not like each other too much, but you know, that's okay. You're going to be able to punch each other in the face here, and that's the best part of our sport. It doesn't matter about what you say, what you talk about. You got to go in there and prove yourself. We know that both guys are very capable in the stand-up, and it's a real question of, we saw from Adjoudj against McCracken, we saw he actually had a good ground game. He was very effective down there, stopped a guy who was great with his submission, so this is not a good area right now for Sasu.
It's a real thrill, this, for Adjoudj. He is a Frenchman from Avignon down in the south, but to be fighting here in Paris, all that hard work that he's put in and his family put in to support him, it feels very, very special for him.
Adjoudj is going to want to get Sasu's back off of the cage onto the canvas. Anytime you're seeing Georges Sasu with his back on that cage, he's not in a terrible position because he's able to instantly drop a foot down, drop a hand down, get himself back up. Nice job of passing those legs, but again, he still wants to try to pull those hips off of that cage. And you see right away, Sasu being able to get himself back up. That cage is a great balance point once you learn how to use it.
Both these fighters lost on their Bellator debut, so both are built back from there. Particularly Adjoudj, who's now 3-1 with Bellator. This is only Sasu's second fight with the promotion. Been out with injury. First fight for him since November 2021, and that's always telling to see how he comes back.
Notice how Adjoudj has got that right leg figure forward, keeping it off of the mat. You're going to see Sasu have to try to get that leg free for him to get himself back to where he can get to a standing position. That figure four leg, lock if you want to call it, or just the ability to control the legs. A guy named Nurmagomedov has made that a very popular technique among all fighters today.
Got to remember as well with Adjoudj that this is a guy who came into MMA with kickboxing skills. This is someone fleet-footed and athletic on the feet, and it's fascinating to see his development.
And like I said, when he fought McCracken, we saw him on the ground a lot, and he was in trouble in part of it, but he also used the ground to his advantage and did some great work there, so you know he's got skill.
So he's really worked with a more offensive mindset with his grappling and with his wrestling. Worked really hard on it at SPG in Dublin, where, of course, you ask any fighter from there who the star of the gym is, and it's him. They'll all be watching this, all be cheering him on.
They do all say, who's the guy of the future? And they all say, it's Adjoudj. You notice that use of the head right now as he's driving Sasu's head down towards that canvas. Very smart technical work. Keep him from being able to slide himself back on onto that cage. Sasu has done a very good job defensively, though. He's kept himself from being damaged. He's only taken a couple of shots in here. Nice elbow.
Yeah, he managed to just get that separation that time, didn't he, Adjoudj?
He's going for that. Oh, he lost it.
He was attacking the neck, wasn't he?
He's still on it.
Still is, yes. Sasu got seconds here. There's the pressure. You can see it really well.
It's tight, but Sasu's he's gonna make it through it. Here we see when Adjoudj goes to the elbow, beautiful elbow strike right off the forehead of Sasu. And then he decides, I'm gonna go for this guillotine. He gets that locked in. He tried to get his leg free. He wasn't able to. He gets the over on the far side with his left foot. Just not enough time and space to make it work.
It's a good dominant opening round from Asael Adjoudj. Sasu lost a split on his Bellator debut against Ilyas Belade. He felt he gave the fight away. Almost feels, I think, tonight like he's restarting. Restarting against a very good opponent.
Well, that fight against Belade is outstanding in the stand-up. You know, and so obviously, if he was able to stay with him, it's telling you how good Sasu is on his feet. And you can see he's comfortable there. Yeah, hand down at his side. He doesn't fear anything in the stand-up. He is ready to go. So, oh, that was a clean, hard kick to the body.
Great speed on his feet. Adjoudj just looking for those angles, making Sasu fall short there. And again, he is so sharp.
Yeah, Sasu is following a little too much. He's trying to get in on Adjoudj. Adjoudj using good footwork, moving himself both, switching stance, southpaw and orthodox.
Good elbow there from Adjoudj. Mixes things up so well, doesn't he, Asael Adjoudj, and he does it with such speed. Bit better from Sasu.
Nice clean lead uppercut.
He landed the kick there, but then Adjoudj just tumbled.
Oh.
Legs are unsteady, I think, for a moment, or was it a slip?
I think it was more of a slip, but landed a clean elbow strike in there, too. Sasu just walking towards him, putting a lot of pressure, but he needs to put just a little bit more output with the strikes. It's more than coming forward.
Does look vulnerable to those kicks, those sharp kicks from Adjoudj.
But I can tell you, as fast as you're seeing Adjoudj go backwards, that burns a lot of energy.
Oh, and the legs are unsteady of Sasu. Just straight right hand, I think, and then
he looks
for the kick. And again, then he goes to the body. And the spin, and look at this from Adjoudj. It's a masterclass. All of those kickboxing skills, then the knee. And now he goes for the finish. He's got the neck here, Adjoudj. And this time he's got a lot of time. Didn't have it.
Man, I'll tell you what, Georges Sasu has got granite in his chin because he took some massive shots.
The mark on the eye of Adjoudj as well. He's just taken a little bit of damage too. This is grueling though, isn't it?
Great job by Adjoudj, getting himself back to his feet. He gets the takedown with the trip. This is where you start to take over a fight because he had Sasu hurt. Sasu gets back to that point where he's got himself safe. He's underneath, on the bottom. Big elbow strikes, clean.
And you can't help but think how much is in their gas tanks here, and you can see the mark on the body where the kick landed. Another elbow from Adjoudj.
Sasu digging, had that underhook. He was able to try to get himself up. Adjoudj clamps down on it, takes it away. Very nice job of base and positioning from Adjoudj.
And it wasn't just that Sasu took the shot, he took a series of them. As you say, absolute granite.
So impressive. I mean, the shots that he was able to withstand there, the spinning heel kick, all of it.
Adjoudj is managing to do damage here. Starting to look a bit like relentless damage. You can see
he's getting worn down. You can't continuously just take big shots and just, oh, it's not going to have an effect. It's going to affect your ability to perform. But he got himself through the round. When we take a look at some of these shots, that's a clean inside elbow by Adjoudj. Lands a beautiful little check left hook. Then he goes for the spinning heel kick, lands it up against the neck area. Right hand. He definitely had Sasu hurt here. Boom, right up there. Then that is, he had his hand up to block. The heel went right past it. Beautiful right hand again. We're just going to see that one more time. Boom. Almost a brachial stun right on that brachial nerve that runs down your neck. Question mark kick coming up. Beautiful round by Adjoudj.
And yet Sasu's still there.
Tough man.
Two defeats Sasu. One by decision, one by submission. No great surprise he hasn't been knocked out. Third and final round. Adjoudj has just been better everywhere so far. But who knows whether the gas tanks will come into play here.
Well, we were talking about that relentless pressure, and you're seeing Sasu going right back to it. But does he have the same faculties to be able to defend himself from the attacks of Adjoudj if he's going to be that forceful coming forward?
Once again, Adjoudj making Sasu just follow him a bit. Led with that elbow that time, and now he's back to the kicking game.
Tried to go into the foot sweep, see if he could get an easy takedown. Didn't quite happen.
Just need to be careful here, Adjoudj. Spinning back fist there from Adjoudj. Such nice rhythmical work from him.
And here's where Georges Sasu has had a problem. Every time he gets into the clinch, he gets turned, put onto the cage with his back, and he's been taken down. So Adjoudj has definitely had the ability to get Sasu where he wants him on the ground. Taking the back position like he just did, not the smartest move.
Saw that against McCracken a couple of times, didn't we?
And a lot of times you'll get a guy that he feels comfortable on his back. He's in training and he feels like, hey, I can do good work here. In MMA, especially today's MMA, you do not want to be on the bottom. That's not the place to be. You always want to be in the top position. Too many bad things can happen on the bottom.
Sasu trying to make the most of this position.
Adjoudj can get up. He needs to peel that leg out. And nice job by Georges Sasu to put pressure on it. Heavy hip pressure that made Adjoudj go up. I just can't stand up here. Now he's got his back on the canvas again. Half guard.
And those hammer fists, Sasu, the best position he's been in during the fight. It's whether he can exploit it.
No doubt about it, this is the best position he's had during this fight.
Final couple of minutes here. Adjoudj just dominated much of it. Can Sasu just turn that tide? Sasu able to land those right hands there.
Sasu doing a very nice job, putting a lot of pressure down in that side control. He's controlled the position of Adjoudj. Adjoudj's tried to work to get himself out multiple times. Hasn't been able to get there. But Sasu's got to really figure out, I need to end this fight. He's got to be down 2 rounds.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's any debate about that, so he's got to look for a finish in this final minute. Otherwise, it's just honor. It's not the win. Adjoudj trying to use that cage to maneuver his position here.
Sasu stepped into half guard there to be able to control the position. But with 35 seconds left, he's got to land some big shots. He needs to think about going to elbows.
Just the body to try and create that gap to land something big. It's now for you, Georges Sasu. It has to be now. Adjoudj just taking a bit of damage, but nothing that's going to get him out of there. Final efforts here from Sasu. Elbows from Adjoudj. Adjoudj does get to the end. Time for the decision then. Let's get to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first 2 judges, Sal D'Amato and Chris Lee, both see the fight exactly the same at 29-28, while your third and final judge, Eric Colon, scores it 29-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Asael Adjoudj.
Adjoudj marches on, wins it by unanimous decision and moves to 6-1 and improves all of the time.